YouTube, listen up. The description below, all right, is the link to where you can get 15% off on all your illusion items, okay? Listen, they got capes, all of this, okay? Just click the link in the description below. In this video, I did basically a waiver, all right? You wouldn't even believe that this person could get waves, but like I said, everybody could get waves as long as you wait till your curl length, all right? You gotta grow your hair out until it reaches its curl length, okay? But everybody can get waves, and here's proof. Stay tuned. Alright you guys, so to start this haircut off, what you want to do with waivers, you want to make sure you comb the hair up before you start cutting. I did that, but off camera. My client didn't know what length he wanted on top, so what I did was I grabbed my 4 guard, which is kind of the highest guard that I think that it was on top. I ran it through just without the clippers, period. The 4 guard just didn't seem like it would take off enough, so I went with the 3 guard open. Now I'm just running the clipper with the grain. The 3 is basically perfect for his length, and I'm not going too far up on that crown area. I'm leaving about 1 inch of space. I don't want to dig into that crown area because as a waiver, we want to keep that area as thick as possible. So that's why I'm kind of going 1 inch away from the crown area so that I could keep that area nice and thick. So starting off on the taper, my client wanted a high taper, so I'm gonna start by setting in my bald line using my Babyliss custom skeleton trimmers. I'm gonna, set it in going upward instead of directly setting it in because I don't want to leave a harsh guideline. So right now I'm just going up, kind of going in that rainbow like shape, not really giving it too much of a bend because my client has straight hair and it's not the same as coarse hair, so you got to kind of work with it differently. You know what I mean? With coarse hair, you could kind of dig in a little bit more and get that transition, but with straight hair, it's very lighter and it's just different. So I always like to start off low before I, take the blend higher or take my first guideline higher. Next guideline I'm going to set in is with the lever open using my Andis cordless masters, and I'm going to use my corners at the corner of my client's hairline. Basically what I'm doing is trying to keep that area near the lineup part as dark as possible, so I'm not gonna go up about a 1/2 inch on there. I'm about to go half of that and then widen it as I go closer to the ear. The reason why I use my corners a lot is because that gives you the ability to basically shape any blend in the direction that you want it to go in. So using corner work is very, very important. So in the same way that I set the lever open, I'm doing the same thing with the 1 guard open, but this time I'm using my comb to feed the hair into the teeth. I'm basically kind of scooping out, that way I don't leave such a harsh guideline. But still same thing as far as near the front lineup. I'm not going up that high. I'm going up higher in the back near the ear, but still trying to use my corners as much as possible to build that shape. With any type of texture, you want to make sure you comb and brush down the hair and go over that guideline as many times to get it to that length. Now with the 2 guard, it's all about debulking. I don't like to, use bigger guards, I rather just kind of scoop out. So with the 2 guard, I'm debulking, scooping out, feeding the hair into the teeth of the blade using my comb, and just kind of debulking. You don't want to go too high because wavers want to keep every last wave to the hairline. Even if it's like a high taper, you still want to keep it as low as possible. So going back with the 1 guard in a flick out motion, I'm just flicking out, cleaning up that area between the 1 and the 2, making it flow together. Sometimes it's not necessary to go back and use the same guards, but I like to do it just to clean up my work. Next, using my 0 guard with the lever closed, in a flick out motion, flick out that middle line. Remember to use your corners as much as possible. It may look like I'm using the full blade, but trust me, I'm using that right side of the blade the entire time. What I'm basically doing by using my corners is using the blade as a thinning shear, basically thinning out that middle line. Do not think of it as bringing the fade higher. Think of it like a thinning shear, taking out every other hair instead of the full thing. So I like to play cleanup work as I move down, so I'm going back with the lever open, using it again like a thinning shear, basically cleaning up my work, basically just detailing as I go down. So with the lever closed in a flick out motion, using your corners, flick out that bottom line. Keep in mind to start below the line and flick to the line, and stay consistent on using your corners. And if you feel like you need to go above the line, make sure you adjust the lever as you go up. So for me, this is the most important part about finishing your blend, is to do some detail work, man. Detailing is everything. You want to rest your eyes, look at something else for a quick second, look in the mirror, whatever you have to do to rest your eyes, and just use your corners and go in and debulk those areas where you see bulk in. Remember, you have set in your guideline, so you know which area where you can attack with different guards, and so don't be afraid to use those guards using corner work. So when it comes to wavers, I like to bring the front line down a guard size lower. So I did a 3 on top, so I'm doing a 2 at the line, just at the tips. All right, you don't want to bring it higher than this, just the tips. This helps with basically when wavers brush, you won't get that overhang. So to complete any waiver haircut, you want to make sure you do a freehand trim. Get those frizzy hairs off top. I got the lever closed and I'm just gliding the clipper across my client's hair just to get those frizzy hairs down. Listen, let me tell you why they call me 360. When they sit in my chair, I spin them in the full 360 and they come out looking like,
damn son, where'd you find this?
YouTube, this is the cut. And if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also, HustleDreamProduction, that's my brother, he does all my beats. His YouTube channel will be linked in the description below. Make sure y'all give him a follow. If you want to know where you can find any tools that you've seen in this video, links will be in the description below. Also, you guys can follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. My Snapchat is Jeezy360 and my Instagram is 360Jeezy. But it's your boy 360Jeezy, and I'm out of here.